Welcome to the Carr and Seguin Show, hosted by Devon Carr and Paul Seguin, where two Michiganders dive into real estate, outdoors, community building, and everything in between. What is up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Episode 66. Yeah. Halfway to 132. I always just add 2. Is that the right math? After every episode?
Sure. Yeah. Whatever works for you, man.
Right? 130, yeah. Because it goes up 1 times 2.
Boom. You got it. You're on fire.
Just don't take me past normal multiplication, subtraction, addition, and division.
I think you're doing great.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
You're past the single digits now. So
we are moving right along.
Excelling.
We are excelling. We are producing. We are doing whatever the heck we got to do today.
Boom.
Whatever the heck that statement means.
That's Mac's new thing. Boom.
Trying to find some key points here of our conversation that we're going to have today. This would be a market update. There's been a lot going on these last 2 years.
Yeah.
Can we agree to that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we all could, even if you're not even in the real estate world.
If you just drive a car.
Good God. I just paid $5.99 a gallon up north.
Wow.
Because I got to put premium in my truck.
I thought we had that discussion.
What?
Did
we?
Top tier gas.
Oh, we did. I went to Citgo.
They didn't have the top tier gas.
No, Citgo's top tier.
Oh, but you still did the premium?
And here's a little piece we'll add into this on the show is in regards to the top tier. If you download AAA's app, and you can go on their gas station search in the app, and you can filter top tier gasoline.
Ah, there you go.
And it'll tell you where your closest top tier gasoline is.
Okay.
But Citgo, it's actually funny. When I finally went on there, I found this. I think it was probably after we talked about it. I was curious to just to see where all my top tier gasoline was around me because I'm kind of sick of going all the way to Costco because it's either all the way to Green Oak or it's all the way to Haggerty and 8 Mile in Livonia. When I'm like, I have a ton of gas stations in between there that I always sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna drive all the way there just to save 5 cents and then drive all the way back. Pretty sure I'm wasting more than that already. Right?
Possibly. But it makes you feel good.
Yeah, but that's stupid. Just because you feel good about it
I
doesn't mean you're right.
That.
Doesn't mean you're right. Right? There's another punch me in the face.
You're doing great.
Yeah. So, no, it was top gear, but it was $5.99 for premium. $5.99. And then you know how they have, at least at this pump, it stopped at $80, which gives me like half tank. Yeah, it was a joke. I was like, gosh, when does this crap end? Like, it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't. But we're not going to go down that road today. Today, we're going to talk about real estate.
Yes.
It's the market right now kind of is, I'm going to just put it, it's kind of a weird feeling. If this is the way that I'm going to say it. It just kind of has an odd feeling to it. Where there is a mixed bag right now of homes that I feel like on certain homes, you're starting to see a lot more homes sitting a little bit, right? You are seeing it. I see it in a lot of my clients' home searches that we set up. They're like, okay, well, there's nothing really in the picture. It looks like a decent little house, but it's got, now it's at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days, which, let's face it, in the last 2 years, those digits were never even mentioned.
Right.
It was like 2 to 3 max. And usually because it was like coming soon for 2 days and then sold in 24 hours.
Right.
You are starting to see some homes sitting. And the reason why I say it's weird because you're also still seeing a lot of homes just doing the way the market's been the last 2 years. It's just lots of showings and multiple offers and it's sold in one weekend.
Right.
So it's kind of got that weird vibe where it's like, I don't know, I've said this before, where when rates started to rise, when rates started to go, into the 4.5, and now we're at 5.
Yeah.
5.5, right? For obviously everything is based upon credit approval, people. Let's just put that disclaimer out there. You have to qualify for your rate.
Yes.
Okay? That means your credit, your income, DTI, if you don't know what that means, debt to income ratio, all that stuff. Go talk to Devon, get qualified. Just because I said those numbers does not mean you get it. Okay, dummy? I'm sorry. We'll just put that disclaimer out there now. But when rates went higher, you saw people get disqualified, or they just disqualified themselves, right?
Yeah.
They were looking for a certain mortgage payment. My max $1,500 a month. I ain't going a dime higher.
Right.
And let's face it, when you are, I'm throwing numbers out there just for easy sake, and not saying that's what a $200,000 mortgage would be, but say you were capped at $15,000 a month for a $200,000 house. Well, now with the rates increasing, you just stay at a 15. You're now capped at, I don't know, let's say 180 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little lower.
Lower.
Yeah, like 170.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at completely different homes. One that maybe was move-in ready, updated, and not so updated anymore.
Right.
And so what happened is you had people that say, well, I'm screwed. I'm not looking anymore. Or stopping. Like, I'm taking a break.
Right.
I'm not going to buy. I don't have time. I don't have money to fix up a house, and that's not what I have to look at. Then I'm done. Or just straight up, it just not, like, it hurt people financially. Like, hey, I mean, I'm sure some people just financially couldn't even do anything now with the rate of increase.
Yeah.
Just even from a qualification standpoint.
In terms of something that they wanted.
Correct.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had that when rates were increasing, we started to feel like, I mean, I felt that there's a couple people that just said, hey, we're stopping, right? They put their hand like, we're not looking anymore. Rates are too high. Mortgage payments too high for what we want. We're done for right now. But there was also, I think, a huge surge, this is my perspective, but I felt like there was a bigger surge of more people that got into the market than those that were now lost, because you had a group of people that were sitting on the sidelines. And I mean, I heard this numerous times. I'm sure we all have in the business. Like, oh, when's the market crash coming? When's the crash? I'm waiting for the crash to happen. And it's like, okay. So then they were waiting.
Right.
They weren't in the game. They weren't in the game. And all of a sudden they started to see the rates just rising.
They're like, oh.
But home prices are still rising.
We better get in.
And we better get in now, right? So I think there was this huge group of people that were just sitting on the sidelines doing nothing, just waiting, playing the waiting game for, I mean, I'm just going to tell you straight up, like, it was stupid. Like, what are you waiting for? Well, it's going to crash. Okay. Well, don't you want to sell your house? Yeah. So what do you want to wait for it to crash? Because now your home value is going to go down. So the equity that you think you're sitting on is now gone. But you wanted to wait. So now, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, right.
But so now once they started to see, like, oh shoot, so now the house that I did want, now it's going to cost me what, $300, $400, $500 more, because the rate went from when they were like, waiting at what? I mean, shoot, we were down to like 275 all day.
Yeah, it was in it was in the twos.
It was in the twos.
Yeah,
it was high twos all day. Yep. Anybody could get that.
It went up.
Now we're at fives and a half.
Yeah, they're going.
That's all big difference. And so, but here's the thing: when all that to be said, what hasn't changed is inventory levels.
Right.
They've still at just stupid low numbers.
Yeah.
We have no homes. So people always ask me, like, well, what's going to happen? I'm like, hey, we can sit here and play the what if game about interest rates. We could play the what if game about home prices. We could play the what if game about gas,
right?
About inflation, about our economy, about the stock market, and what is it going to all do to real estate? But there's one common denominator that has not changed through this whole thing and has been, I believe, obviously interest rates really wasn't in it, because now interest rates are higher, but it really hasn't changed anything.
Right. A bunch of people still out there buying homes.
Yeah. It's the inventory levels.
Right.
They haven't gone anywhere. They're still so low. It's a supply and demand thing.
Right.
When supply is low, what happens to the demand? It's high. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I think, honestly, that's all that needs to be said, because I literally have to go. But seriously, I get asked it all the time, and if you're listening to this, and there's nothing more to say. Like, if you just think you're waiting for something to happen, but if you are in a position, I think this is specifically to certain people hearing this, if you have any thought of selling your house, and obviously you probably have to buy something unless you're going to go remote
right,
and live off of, what's it called, go off grid.
Yeah, that's a bunch of crap. Because I turned on that. What was it? Was it building not the Alaska show with
the family?
The family, and I mean they got skid steers, giant tractors.
Dude, they were getting paid $5,000 each a show.
There is nothing off the grid about having machinery.
No, off the grid is like going back to the Stone Age,
right?
And starting from trying to chisel your own little freaking arrowhead.
I forget what show it is, but I turned it on the other day.
The Bush people.
No, not those.
Oh,
because they're gone. But I mean, I guess that's
similar.
Similar.
Is there another show like that?
Yeah, it was before. I think it's before the Bush people, but they're still on.
Yeah.
It was like, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
But I mean, what I was getting at, it was just like if you're waiting for something, I think the last year could tell you waiting is not the game to be playing right now.
Right.
I mean, unless you're cool with having I don't know. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. But I mean, are you cool with 7-8% interest rates?
Which isn't that bad because we talked about it.
We did just talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, that's when
you go all the way back.
My dad was in the business. I mean, they were 14, 15.
Which is correct.
So, I mean, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's not
bad.
As long as you don't talk to your friend that just bought one last year.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, whatever comes up, I mean, realistically and historically does go down. So.
I mean, always the question, too, is everyone's just like, well, great, Paul, I'll sell, but where do I go? And I'm like, I can't, I don't know. Let me give you the phone numbers to all the buyers we've done.
Right.
Great homes are available. They always do come available. I mean, I know for people in that situation, it's hard for them to completely just like, okay, well, I'm just going to trust you to say it. Well, I mean, you should trust me as your realtor, for one. But secondly, it's like, I get that talk is cheap, right? Mm-hmm. And in that moment, just saying like, great home, because they do. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you it, but when you just, it might sound really just like pushy, but it's like when you pull the trigger, it just happens.
Right.
I think when you sit there and you just overanalyze, you become, what's the saying? When you analysis paralysis, you just sit there and just think about it and think about it and think about it. And it's just, I don't know. Like I've had a few clients that are in that boat, and it's just sometimes for me, and I'm sure it's for most realtors where it's the same boat, where it's just like waiting has only costed you money so far. Mm-hmm. So do you not think it's just going to continue?
Right.
I mean, I think you've already been spoken. I didn't even have to speak it. The market itself did.
Right.
You waiting just cost you money. So do you really want to wait more? Because even, let's say hypothetically, and we'll end it in this, what if the market does crash? What happens to the equity in your home? Some of it goes away.
Right.
So what you're sitting on right now that looks interesting, but because the only reason why you're not doing it is because you're concerned of where you're going, okay, well, waiting just cost you more on that side already.
Right.
Because higher interest rates. So you're going to wait for that side to go too? I mean,
food for thought.
It's food for thought. Just let that sink a little. Right. Okay. Yep. That's all. That's all I got to say. Have a good day. No, just simply that. I mean, I wish I had some more data to go off of, and maybe I'll put some more together for next week a little bit just to touch on it. But, I mean, here's a quick little, here it is. I'll give you a quick little snip right here. So in the last 7 days, these numbers are combined. I think it's like Wayne, Oakland, Washtenaw, Livingston, Monroe, Macomb, and maybe even Ingham, which is Lansing County. Data. Mm-hmm. In the last 7 days, there's 3,571 homes new. Coming soon, just shy of 400. So we got about 4,000 homes coming in the last 7 days. We've had 133 go contingent, meaning they accepted an offer, but it probably has some kind of contingency to the offer. Mm-hmm. ABO, accepting back off. 700 homes went ABO. Same kind of thing. probably some kind of conditions in the offer, and they're still allowed to show the house and look at offers. We had 1,500 price decreases. Price decreases. See, that's what that goes to the beginning of the conversation, where you kind of like, there's a weirdness in the market a little bit because you got some homes sitting, but then you also still have a lot of homes flying off the shelves with multiple offers at the same time. So there might be some reasons behind that. Condition being outdated. I think buyers are getting a little more pickier, where in the heat of all of this last 2 years, people did not care.
Right.
Regardless. So maybe condition, they're getting a little more picky about that. Overpricing is never good when you list your house. So there could be some factors, but price increases, 183. Back on the market, 476. I think that I just had a house go back on the market because buyer's financing fell through in the last day. Literally, on closing, pending, 3,100. So almost just as fast as they're coming alive, they're going. So we're still there, guys. 403 homes expired, meaning their contracts just expired. Meaning those homes probably sat on the market for 30 to 60, maybe 90. I mean, I only do 3 months contracts, so those are 400 homes sat on the market for 90 days and expired. So what does that all mean? There's a lot of homes available.
Yep.
For one. I mean, 4,000 in 1 week in 6 counties. It's a lot of homes.
Yeah.
So for those of you who think there's nothing out there, there are.
Right.
We're in the heat of it. It's spring summer sizzle right now. Spring summer sizzle.
I like it. I like what you said originally. Was it the summer sizzle?
Summer sizzle. I like kind of just slizz
it
right in.
It was nice. It was nice. I was like, oh, a new word.
So yeah, honestly, if you're still on the fence, I would say just start a conversation with either of us. Funding if you got to buy another house, sell if you got to just move to a trailer. I don't care what you do. I'm just saying waiting has already costed you. Waiting again will only cost you more. That's my thought, not yours, not I don't know about Devon's, but or Gold Star. It's mine. It's my thought. Waiting has already cost you. Waiting more will do it again.
Boom.
Boom. Drop it like it's hot. Mic drop. All right. So I'm Paul Siegel with the XP Realty.
I'm Devon Carr, Gold Star Mortgage.
That's your real estate mortgage minute.
Boom.
This is Carr and Siegel Show. See ya.
The primary purpose of this podcast series is to inform, entertain, and educate. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast series do not constitute legal or professional advice, opinions, or endorsements of any kind. Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group, NMLS 3446, Equal Housing Lender.